Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm. And as I walk around outside this morning to go feed the farm, I just so happened to see something near my security that caught my eye. And this is not something that I purchased for our animals. Rocky and Bandit. I'm not sure where in the world they got this bone, but it didn't come from our farm, I don't think. Foxy's got one too. They just brought up some bones and they're very proud of them. Come here, boys. Who brought this bone? And who's gonna get it now? Y'all can't both possibly. Uh-oh. I think we got a winner. I think we have a winner. Bandit has taken the bone and Rocky could care less. Well, y'all better come on, boys, because we got work to do. I got something in mind that I need to do today, and I hope I have the parts to do it. If not, I'm gonna make a run to town. I had to take my jacket off as I got in the barn. It is incredibly warm today. Got some warm air coming in, and that means thunderstorms. Tonight we have an increased risk for thunderstorms, so I hope everybody in the line is safe. And we're just, you know, it's just almost springtime, and that's what happens here in Alabama. This warm temperatures start coming in, and then a cold front comes through, and bam, you have a tornado outbreak before you know it. Matilda, she beat me to her stall here. Girl, get you fed and carry on to the next set of animals. Everybody's ready for their activity this morning. I got a new hay bale that I put out for the goats and Matilda and Jessie and Honey. Speaking of Jessie and Honey, I was just wondering where they were. And as I thought, where are they? Here they come. Where have you girls been? Huh? Where have you girls been this morning? I gotta show y'all what I'm planning on doing today, and hopefully I have the parts here. If I don't, I may end up doing something a little bit different to keep from having to go buy something, but I hope I have it here. So when we go let the goats out, I'm gonna show y'all what I have in mind. Miss Snow White, good morning, pretty girl. I got your door opened up. You can head on outside, enjoy this warm air today. Yeah, go on out. Honey, you gonna talk about it this morning? Honey literally sounds like some kind of trumpet, or, you know, Jessie, she's got a little hee-haw, but Honey's is high-pitched and completely different sound from Jessie's, and I get so tickled every time she does it. I don't know if we've ever caught it loud on camera, but it is totally different than Jessie's tone. So I got two pretty girls over here coming to greet me. Y'all, we gotta let the goats out. We can't just love on each other all... Ow, Honey! We can't just love on each other all day long. Honey's she's a nibbler, and she doesn't mean anything by it, but that's her, I think that's her love. Remember when you used to follow us years ago at the old farm, and we opened the gate for the chickens in the morning? Jason actually did a little reel of him opening the gate for the chickens and them all coming rushing out. That's what it reminds me of now when I let my goats out. Put them up in a stall at night, and when they come out, while I didn't get a good glimpse of them coming out, it's just about like that. It's about like when we used to have the chickens and open that gate. Now here's Paris. She is due to kid March the 27th. Wanted to give y'all a view of her so you could see that she is indeed growing larger by the day. Yeah, pretty girl, you getting to be a big mama. And today's project has to do with the goats. So Paris is pregnant, and all goats need minerals. It's just something that goats have to have. Different mineral requirements for different areas. In Alabama, we're copper deficient. So we make sure that the feed that we use has copper in it, and also offer mineral supplements that have copper in it. Sheep cannot have copper. He said it. Sheep cannot have copper. We don't have any sheep, so there's no worries, but goats have to have minerals. So depending on where you are, you're deficient in different minerals. We feed our goats, this is getting ridiculous, free choice minerals. And the free choice minerals that we use are safe for our donkeys, our goats, and our cows. But here's what happens. Our goat mineral feeder is in the stall where the goats sleep at night. Everybody sleeps in here except for Tip, but he has access to it in the daytime. A hanging mineral feeder. Well, this hanging mineral feeder is at a height to where the goats can reach it, but also the goat's rear end can back up to it. So this happened overnight. You can see that the goats have used it for their restroom, and every single day I clean that mineral feeder out and put fresh minerals in it. So that means there's a lot of minerals that are wasted, and also it's just plumb nasty. So my wheels have been turning for a long time trying to figure out what I could do to use something different for a goat mineral feeder. Well, they make plastic mineral feeders that hang up that have a top on them. We actually had one at the old farm, but they're not cheap. Well, the one we had at the old farm, for whatever reason, the plastic broke. And I guess over time, when goats headbutt things, that will happen. So I got to thinking, and my first option was a piece of wood that Mr. Tony over at Campfire and Countryside and Catherine at G&G, they had a little scrap piece of wood that they had milled, and I was going to build one, and I may still end up building one. But I brought that piece of lumber home on the top of the Subaru and tied it down because it was too tall to fit inside my car. So I've had it for about a week now trying to figure out a good design for a mineral feeder, and I just can't come up with anything that I feel like is gonna work properly. I've got a set of hinges that I can make a hinged roof with, but I got another something in mind that I want to see if I can put it together easier than building something out of wood, and that is with PVC pipe. So I'm gonna go down to the old barn this morning where I keep everything, literally. I mean, if we've had it in the past, then I probably still have it. And it's just for this simple reason. You never know on a farm what you might need, so you keep everything. And I'm kind of like the inventory keeper. However, I know we got a lot of PVC parts, but not a lot of 4-inch PVC parts. So I'm gonna go down there and take a peek and see if I may have what I need to make this mineral feeder out of PVC pipe. And if I don't, I may end up building one. But first things first, if I've already got the PVC, then we're gonna go that route. So y'all come on with me and we're gonna go see what we got. Before I head out and go down to the old barn, I gotta show y'all a glimpse of Tater. You know, it's, everybody wants to know when your baby's coming, Tater. When is your baby coming? And I say baby singular because we hope it's not twins. It's a possibility, but when you have 2 female twins, it's okay. When you have a male and a female twin, the female is 95% chance that she can never be bred because of the testosterone and the male being twins at the same, or in the sack at the same time. So Tater, we hope you're just gonna have one. You're awfully nasty this morning. What have you been doing? I've read that some cows' udder doesn't develop until they actually calve. And I mean, who knows? She's never calved before. This is the first time. So I don't know if she's gonna be a late udder develop. You can obviously you can see it already, but I'm just not comfortable enough by saying how far along she is by looking at her udder. Had some people say that cow, they don't separate themselves until they're real close to giving birth. But she's been separating herself for almost 2 weeks. She's not hanging out with Moody and Mildred like she used to. She's finding herself being distanced from them. Y'all take a peek at who's waiting on me outside. The doors got shut too tight and she couldn't get in. I'm coming out, girl. This little thing, I tell y'all what, she has attached herself to me and I've attached myself to her. My mama said last night, Brooke, I don't know what it is about you and Dee Dee, but y'all sure have a tight bond, and I hope she lives a long time. And Dee Dee, I sure hope she's right. This is a special little girl to me, and I think y'all all feel the same about her. She's just special. I don't know what it is, how you attract yourself to a certain dog, but it's like Holly has Jason. She picked him, and Dee Dee picked me. I didn't plan on keeping Dee Dee when I rescued her from the road. I planned on, actually, I reached out to Piper's mama the day that I rescued her. And they have a lot of dogs too because they have a big heart. And I asked her if she could take one more because I knew how Jason felt about bringing another Pomeranian that does indeed yap a lot into our home. But I'm so glad that I decided to keep her because she has my heart and I do believe I have hers. Before I head down to the old barn, I made a pit stop at the house to grab me something to eat. And I want to share with y'all something that I am very proud and happy about. There's a company called Bighorn, and they make side-by-sides as well as ATVs and golf carts. And they reached out to us with the opportunity to get a side-by-side. And most of you know that Jason recently upgraded to a new side-by-side. But that left me with the old side-by-side, which I don't have a problem with, except for Marycarl likes to use it as well. So if Marycarl was on hers, Jason was on his, that left me without. And I was okay with that. But since they reached out to us and they offered us a side-by-side, I'm the happy new owner of a Bighorn side-by-side. It has a electric winch on the front that, well, I hope I don't have to use it, but it's available in case I do. It has a soft cab on it that I can use in the rain. I can use on cold days. I can keep the air off of me. And I can also use it in the summertime because the soft cab is easily removable. So y'all, I just want to say a big thank you to Bighorn because I am giddy to have a new side-by-side. And this model is just perfect for me. And Dee Dee, I don't know where she went, but she's about to hop in and we're going to go for a ride down to the old barn in this new green machine. You ready to hop in and take a ride down to the old barn? I'm going to have to carry stuff, so I need to take the side-by-side. I'm going down to a washed out spot down in the back of the property, so my tricycle's not going to be of use. And Marycarl may hop on the old side-by-side. So here we go, Dee Dee. All right, girl. Hop in and get your place. Hey, leave me some room. Go on, get in. All right, Dee Dee, you ready? Hang on, girl. We're going for a ride. Well, I'm down at the old barn in the midst of all this madness, and I want to show y'all my tote of plumbing supplies. So I have a little bit of everything here. You can probably see that most everything is smaller fittings. I want something big because I need to be able to let my goats get their head in there. I did find this coupling, but I don't believe I need a coupling. I found a big piece of PVC pipe outside, which is good because that's something I don't want to have to buy. Here's another coupling. I want something that, let's see if I can't find a smaller one. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, but I want it in a 4-inch or a 6-inch piece of pipe. So what I'm going to do is put my PVC pipe on top of this and I don't even think I need a cap because it's out of the weather. And then put my minerals down in it and it'll stay full to where the goats can lick them out of this area. And that's the reason I want that big piece of pipe, because, well, they need to be able to get their tongue in there and lick the minerals and not get their head stuck in there. And this size will be perfect. So I may just run to town since I've got so many of the parts that I need. I'm not even going to glue it together. I'm just going to use pressure and put this PVC together and make a mineral feeder. It wouldn't be fair to Pink if I didn't show y'all her while we're down here in the barn. She's enjoying her can of food, and I picked her up so y'all could see her, but here she is in her barn where she loves to live, and I just thought y'all might enjoy seeing a glimpse of her this morning. Right, sweet girl? All right, go back to your cat food. Here's my piece of pipe that I came up with that I had stored away outside, and I have this 90, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use the 90 because obviously that would probably spill out on the ground if I just put the 90 on the end of it. Maybe if I angled it, I could use the 90. I don't know. I'm going to do some configuring and see what I come up with. My security guard, Bandit, he had to come down here with me, so. I didn't give up. I went back in because I got to thinking about some landscape pipe fittings that we had years ago, probably when we even lived at the old farm, and I found this. I don't really know what the purpose is, but it fits the PVC pipe that I have, but it's not intended for PVC pipe. Has a hole on this side, so it could act as a sideways bowl. There's no way that they could get up in there to do their business. And I've got a piece of pipe that I think may be the right size that's intended to go on this that Mr. Greg had left over from a project he recently did in our front yard. So I may not have to go to town after all. What I would do is put the piece of pipe on the top of this and let them lick out of this area. I think this may work. It fits on the end of here, but I would need to screw it in. I don't think glue would hold that. It may, but I want to see if the pipe that's intended to go on it may fit a little bit better before I cut the PVC and go that route. So here's the piece of leftover pipe that Mr. Greg left. Now let's see how it compares in size to what I need. Oh, please work. I really don't want to go to town. Nope. Oh, wait. Nope. All right. So I may just use the PVC that I have, and that way I won't have to go to town. I'm going to see if Jason thinks that I need to glue it together, because that's the end that I want them to be able to lick out of. There's no way they're going to get their head stuck in that, and this is much bigger than the end of the PVC pipe that I was going to buy. So I need to save this for another project. All right, y'all, so I want to show you what my plan is and see if this will work. So I know I've got to cut my piece of PVC off, and I don't know exactly where to cut it. And I want my height to be similar to where it is now, but they have to put their head down in it, so probably raise it up just a little bit. I want Nubians and Nigerians to be able to use this, and I also need to cut it off where I can reach it to fill it. So I'm thinking about like that. I want to check it out before I screw the pipe together. I'm going to screw it together instead of gluing it because it's not exactly what needs to go, and I don't think glue would hold it. And there's no way that an animal's going to get stuck by a screw or anything, so just a couple of small screws will keep it together, and hopefully this will solve my problem. I'm going to go give this a quick wash. It's been stored down in the old barn. Of course, it's nasty on the inside. The PVC is not, but I don't want minerals going in this, so I'm going to rinse it out real quick, and then we're going to get it dry fitted together and see how it works. All right, so I'm going to shoot me a screw in here instead of gluing it. I'm just going to do one on each side, and it's going to be gravity, so it's not going to be any pressure on it. And this should hold it just fine. got that. Then I got me some plumbing strap, and I'm gonna attempt to strap it to that post by using the plumbing strap. I'll go ahead and take the old one down first, so we don't need it up there. Got screws that are stripped out. Not good. Nope, not good. Sometimes you just need a little help, Jason. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I can do the rest. I need to drill though. And that's nice and snug. Got another piece of plumbing strap. All right, and that's pretty tight as well. Let's go get some minerals. And I just brought the whole bag out here. And a feed scoop I think is gonna be perfect. Coming out some, aren't they? It may just be because I'm bored. Hey, I don't need any help. Well, it certainly isn't pretty, but I used a piece of wood to shim it with, so the bucket is tilted at an angle. Ideally, I would like it to go up even further, but my plumbing strap was a little too short. And I'm going to see how this works. All right, Topper and Bootsy, y'all are first up, so I'm going to let y'all come in here without any, without any competition, meaning tip is not allowed. You stay out there, buddy, and let's see what they think. All right, so it's tall enough for them, and I was afraid it was going to be too tall. Now, a little bit of them are spilling, so if I could just get a little bit more angle on it. Bootsy, no, don't headbutt it. Don't headbutt it. No, 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 no. Yeah, I think I might be buying a lot of minerals if I don't get it fixed. But y'all like that, don't you? It's going to work out perfect if I can get it just a little bit more angled so Bootsy doesn't make a big pile of minerals at the bottom. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep this locked off until I get my other plumbing strap. No! I'm so inventive, Bootsy, and I wanted to patent this, and you're making a fool out of me. But hey, there's no more poop in the minerals. Don't do that. It's not a head scratcher. It's just steadily making a little pile on the ground. All because goats don't know how to behave. So my invention needs a little work. Bootsy said it needs a little work. But we're going to get it. We're going to get it. And we're going to get it today. We just got to find... the whole contents is going to be on the ground in just a matter of minutes. That is silly. Hey, Boots. Boots. Hey. 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 That's enough. That's enough. Look. You got a scratching post out there. You're supposed to eat the minerals, not headbutt them. Yeah. Eat the minerals. Y'all got to go back out so I can work on it a little bit more. I'm going to get it right, though. I'm going to get it right. After some careful thought process and realizing that I do not have any more plumbing strap to make it go at a bigger angle, I'm going to make it work for today. I cut a hole in the bottom of a bucket and I'm going to screw it on there for temporary purposes. And when I get my plumbing strap, I plan to make it look a little better. But for today, we're just going to complete the job so the goats can use the mineral feeder and I can leave it up there. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I bet it's going to function right. So I'm going to open the gate up, let the goats in, and see if Bootsy doesn't attempt to headbutt it again and minerals not fall out on the ground, but fall into the bucket. All right, everybody. Jesse's out there rolling around. I want y'all to come give this new mineral feeder a try and see what you think. And first up is going to be Tipper. All right, Tip. Your head fits in there just fine, buddy. And it looks like it's working. I don't see anything dropping on the ground. You're going to butt all the other goats away so they can't have any. Oh, we all want to try it now. Oh, this may not be good. This is not going to be good. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, no. Well, while it's not the prettiest mineral feeder, it was free. Right, Jesse? And I am just such a person that wants to utilize what I have without going to buy anything. So it worked out, and it may need some improvements. It may stay like it is, but the goats have minerals, and I don't see how in the world that they can actually get in there and do their business. Do you, Jesse? There's no way they can do it. They cannot possibly back up in that bucket and get it dirty. No. So, mineral feeder is back in business. I got Tipper tugging on my shirt and Honey coming behind me trying to sneak a nibble. But project complete. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I hope I get up and get out of here without being bit, tugged on. I don't know what Jesse's trying to do, but until next time, y'all be good.